What's going on, guys? I know this was very short notice to start a stream, but I just felt like doing it 2 days in a row. Who is this guy? But thanks to the few of you who showed up pretty early on here, because like I said, it was very short notice. I don't even know, like I make those community posts on YouTube. I have no idea if those actually get any sort of reach, if you guys even see those, but I figure it can't hurt. But especially when it's that short notice, I don't even know if anybody would have seen that before. Mike's here. What's up, Mike? You're popping up on the screen now. I'm trying this again. I tried to set up the chat overlay on stream for last stream, and it worked on this screen, but I also wanted to have like a transparent background one while we're actually in the game, and that one didn't work out so good. So hopefully it's actually working today. I'm probably gonna stall for a few minutes just in case a few more people trickle in. I'm actually only seeing my numbers are one person's in here. Mike, if you're still here, you might be it right now. That's fine. It probably would have been smarter for me to plan this more in advance, or I don't know, even maybe make a new episode of the theme team, because like I made the one, it actually did pretty well, and then I said I was gonna stream the future episodes of the theme team, and then I haven't until now. So there might not even be anybody left who remembers that this is what I was gonna do. I don't know how long I want to wait here, because I kind of just want to play. Like, I'm excited to play with this team since it's been so long. Yeah, I don't know. I've wanted to do this, and I'm still a little disappointed in myself that I haven't been as consistent streaming, so I've missed actually starting with this White Sox theme team. But hey, this is 2 days in a row of streaming, so hopefully this is the start of that consistency that I'm talking about. Guess there's not really any point, even if I'm gonna wait a little bit, I guess there's not really any point to me sitting here on this screen, so I'm gonna hop over to here in the game. If one of the two of you in the chat right now wants to just type anything so I can test to see if my my overlay actually works. Because yesterday, like, it popped up, it just didn't look good. And I think I've made the adjustment that I need to make it look good. But I don't know. It also seemed very delayed. But, I don't know. I have plans for what I want to do with these streams, instead of just, like, have them being still up as old live streams. And I feel like the chat on the screen would help that. I also forgot to turn my music down a smidge there. So you know what? I guess I may as well let's just get into this. We can at least talk about where the team's at for now, because I think after or where we left off the last time. Yeah, let me just start that over because I lost my train of thought there. So last time I had this theme team ready to go, I think was before Crochet. I think the 91 Garrett Crochet is the newest card out, or the oldest card out, that came out after my initial White Sox theme team episode. So everything since Crochet is brand new to the squad here. So that would be Crochet himself, which we'll rearrange that. It'd be our other lefty, Noah Schultz, and then this Paul Konerko and Luis Aparicio came out in the same little pack from mini seasons. We got Eloy from a pack, and then brand new today into the game, 97 overall, Yoan Moncada. Oh, so it did pop up on the screen, and it's still not looking good. Why is it? I don't get it. I don't know why the message comes up in a dark font when I thought I did the exact opposite. Anyway, Mike, you say the one card this year that's terrorizing you is Randy. You can never get a hit off him. Randy's always tough. I think I've had a little less trouble with Randy recently, just because ever since he came into the game, which was 22, I've faced him so many times. And when you face anybody that many times, you start getting used to him. You start seeing him better. I'm also just looking at myself here. My haircut looks kind of weird in my headset right now. That doesn't really matter, but still. Do I want to bother trying to change that chat thing real quick to make it look better? Wait, am I lagging? Or is my display just bad? I don't know. I'm not lagging? Okay, so it's just my little preview window that's being weird. I don't usually look at that. It's just I happen to switch over to my browser because I want to see if I can try and fix this chat overlay, and my preview was lagging. So let's just I'm just gonna try one thing here and see if it makes a difference. Alright, I guess I can type in the chat myself just to see. Yeah, it still looks bad. Alright, I'm turning it off then for today. Alright, let's focus on... Wait, I want to be on this screen. Let's focus on our theme team. So, normally, with these White Sox theme team streams, I don't plan on just like waiting to the point where a bunch of new cards come out and then like debuting the team in bulk. My original plan was I wanted to like play a new game for each new card as they get added in. And I was thinking of doing that for today. I was thinking of, kind of like going back in time and debuting these cards one by one, but there's been too many new ones added into the game that I just figured I'll just put them on the team all at once, play a few games, and then from here on out we use one card at a time and actually keep pace with it. But I do still want to kind of highlight each card, so we'll go back at least first to this Crochet. I have used him a little bit. I think I used him a little bit offline. I used him in some events, but this will still be his ranked debut. And he's a 91 overall, solid card. I wish he would have had outlier, but I understand why he doesn't. So with the boost, what is our boost? Let me refresh with where we're at on the boost. So from Garcia, we get 15 contact and power against righties and 10 hits per 9 in clutch on our pitchers. And then from Hendricks, it's for pitching, it's 10 hits and Ks per 9, or no, 10 Ks and walks per 9, and then 15 power versus lefties and 15 clutch. So for hitters, it's contact against righties, power, and clutch. And then for pitchers, it's just the main pitching ones. It's hits per 9s, K per 9, walks per 9, and clutch. So Crochet gets a plus 10 to those 4. He gets up with his parallel 1 to a 97. But then Noah Schultz, he gets up from a 93 overall to a 98. So probably with a parallel 1, he'll play like a 99 on this team with these boosts. He's got a 5-pitch mix. I like the 5 pitches he has. I like the fact that he has a slurve. I think that could be fun to use, especially lefty-lefty. And I 6'9" left-handed pitcher. Automatically, you're drawing the comparisons to Randy Johnson. So that's what I've heard out of this card. So that I think, that'll be fun to see. And then hitting-wise, we've got 3 new 93 overalls and then Moncada. So let's talk about, I think Eloy came out first, so we could talk about him first. Look at that attribute wheel right there. Like, look at how good of a hitting card this is right now. Everything is well over 100 that matters. I guess baseline on this card. What makes it good for this boost is the contact against lefties is his highest attribute, because that's the one that doesn't get improved. Everything else gets improved. So, he becomes a much nicer card. I only have him in left today because of the Benintendi Supercharge. I think normally I'd have Eloy playing left, or no. Oh wait, no, yeah, I'd have Eloy playing left, and then we'd have probably Luis Robert back out in center and move Garcia back to right. So then, yeah, our other newer ones, these were then from the mini seasons pack. You've got Paul Konerko. We'll talk about him first. Kind of the same deal. Contact against lefties is his highest main 4 hitting attribute. So since that's the one that doesn't get any better, it works pretty well for this boost. He's going to have 125 clutch also. If it went past 125, he'd have over that. You can't hit whenever you face a lefty for some reason. A lot of people, myself included, have had trouble hitting lefty-lefty for a long time. I think it's only recently that I felt okay hitting lefty-lefty, but still, some pitchers, lefty-lefty, nightmare. We can go to Aparicio next, and I don't hate this card. Like, this baseline here doesn't look so great, but I think with the boost, he gets a little better. It's always nice to have somebody fielding at short with these kind of fielding numbers. Like, he's going to be elite defensively at short. And again, contact versus lefties is high, and that's the one attribute that doesn't get boosted with our captain boost. So the power gets up to like low to mid 60s. Contact against righties gets up to 92. The clutch is good. Like, you could do way worse than Luis Aparicio. And I feel like it was last year I used whichever Aparicio it was, and I kind of started to like his swing. So hopefully he can get a lot of base hits for us. And then, we'll talk about Benintendi first, because he's only supercharged for another 20 hours. That was another reason why I wanted to make sure that I streamed today with this team, because this is our last day with the supercharged Benintendi. Sorry, I was just checking on something real quick there, but we're good. So yeah, it was the last day of the supercharged Benintendi from his 2-homer walk-off game, and with the boost that we have, insane hitting. I wish the contact against lefties got a little bit higher from the boost, because like it's stuck at the 95, but like against a righty, look at him, dude. 122 contact with 125 power. He's still going to be good against lefties with 95 contact, 106 power. You were at the game that Benintendi got the walk-off? I do remember that because that was the hockey jersey game, right? I remember you telling me you were going to that one. That had to be fun. Not too many fun moments for the White Sox this year, but we had that. All right. And then finally, we have 97 overall, brand new, but also in a way not so brand new, Yoan Moncada. Because this was our Future Stars. He was like, when Future Stars first came into MLB The Show, it was MLB 17. And Yoan Moncada was like the featured Future Star. And I think they gave him a better card than the actual original card was. Switch hitter, so obviously there's value in that already. He's good in the field. He's got good speed. The only drawback is the fact that for him, unlike a couple of the other cards, his contact versus lefties is his lowest attribute. And that, you know, doesn't get boosted, so he's stuck at an 85. Probably one of the greatest things you saw in person. For this year's team, I mean, I guess that's the best thing they're probably going to do this year. But yeah, I guess that would make sense. I've never seen a walk-off in person. You asked me to play co-op. How you enjoying your blue wrench there, Kevin? I think this is the first time I've seen you here since you had that. And I mean, maybe I'd be up to some co-op later. Maybe more I don't know what time, because I'm probably gonna do this for a couple hours and then eat something, and then I don't know. How did I get the town card? What's the town? Oh, Yoan. So he's brand new in the pack today. He's like one of the main he's one of the main cards. We got the Show Classics 3 pack today. And you know, we haven't I don't know. We've got a lot of new content through packs, and it hasn't been the most fun, but we got our new 97 Moncada from here. He's part of the rare round, so if I were to open the pack, I'd have a 1 in 10 chance of pulling him. I just bought him. He's a lot, but for today, you know, I had to buy him. For all 5 of you here now, wow, we are growing rapidly. So what am I at? Because I haven't really played much ranked, especially in this new season. Yeah, I'm only at a 534 rating, so we're going to be seeing some all-star difficulty today. I think when I put in the order, he was 119,000 stubs. I guess I can check. May as well. Yeah, 119,005 is what I put in for him. I haven't really actually looked at all the new content today, so I don't even know like what we got, if we got any good programs or anything. I just kind of saw Moncada and thought I needed to be ready to go for this. But I guess speaking of ready to go, let's hop in here. Let's play some ranked. This will be my first time, I think, right, playing ranked seasons on stream. So this should be something. This will be an experience, to say the least. Gotta play at guaranteed rate. Yeah, make sure it's nice and dark there. It'll be only time games are played at this field in October this year. I almost just spilled that sip of coffee all over myself. That would not have been good. Yeah, we'll use Schultz. We'll just start at the top. .92 PCA usable for the Cubs theme team. Is he any good? I haven't looked at his attributes at all. We're going Noah Schultz versus Noah Schultz. Okay. Fun matchup. I didn't see. Did he have any boosts active, or was I just seeing my own? Kevin, man, I I streamed the Cubs March to October last night, and the ending. I don't know if I want. I was gonna say I don't know if I want to spoil it in case you want to go back and see what happened, but like, I don't know. You want me to just tell you? I guess you can tell me. Why am I taking that? I was moving the PCI out here. Okay, we're looking good to start. Oh yeah, let's break that bat.
This is the type of hitter that can punish you even with pitches outside the zone. Next one misses. 1-2 to count. And there's the ball. Bounce to the right, and that's
Okay, at least I got a round on that.
the pitch.
I held up. Don't ring me up there. We're working an at bat here. 7 pitches, about to be 8 right away. I'll take my walk. You really love doing no money spent. It's not as good this year. I mean, it's better than spending money, obviously, but they've definitely made some decisions this year with how they release content. Ooh. With boost, 100 contact versus righties and lefties with 85 power, 105 clutch. Sounds usable to me. That pitch just ate me alive. So yeah, what happened was at the very end, it was just a walk-off home run with Dansby. But what led up to it, I worked some really nice ABs against Doval, and I was so far under. Like, I don't even know if the swing that I hit it out on with Dansby, I don't even know if that was in the outer PCI, and it left. Wind was blowing out. I hit it to the left field gap, and it just snuck out. I looked over at the chat because I thought I popped out, and then it was just gone. I'm not putting together good at bats here. I'm taking pitches. I got a good eye, and then I'm just not making a good swing. He told me Dansby was a dog. You see, I hadn't been that good with him. I've never been that great with Dansby, really. Like, when he was on your list that you told me today of guys with good swings, I was like, eh. Maybe I've just never given him much of a chance, but still. All right. Horrible first inning. Like, I had a decent eye. I worked his pitch count a little bit, but I made 0 good swings.
Bottom of the first. Here's the second baseman, Jorge Polanco. Chris, he's their team leader when it comes to RBIs. Little chopper rolls foul.
So he's ready for the harder stuff, I guess. Was he late on? Or no, he was early. Okay, I don't know why I saw that as maybe being late. And then he's right on that, but it's going to be an out. He's got a very fast swing. I mean, I don't doubt it because I hit that. It was on a probably 99 mile per hour cutter up in the zone. I timed it up. Yeah, actually, he probably swung too fast for me to get the PCI up there, and that's why the PCI was so far under it. I just noticed this guy's username. I swear, if you don't face an interesting team name, you face an interesting username. Ooh. No, we're there, though. I don't care about a perfect.
And the home first moving along quickly today. 2 gone. 2 outs, base is empty. Now it's the switch hitting outfield, Mickey Mantle. That one misses, and that's ball 1.
Okay, so he's going to have trouble with that pitch. That's good to know.
So a foul ball makes
Also, just came to mind, I didn't have any problems with it last night, but I have my ceiling fan on high right now because it gets really hot in my room when just no air is flowing. So if you can hear the fan and it's like too loud, just let me know. One time you went against somebody who named their team the Skibbity Rizzlers. That's, I mean, that's not That's not anywhere near some of the names you come across. Was that all 3 outs made this inning by Aparicio, showing off his fielding right away, and now he gets to hit? Dude, watch me go deep with him here. He ties the record, making 3 outs in 1 inning. And I actually am. I mean, he handed that to me. Fastball right down the middle. I have to hit that out. It doesn't matter who's up at the plate. This might be the guy here. This might be the hidden gem of the White Sox theme team. 62 power is plenty. I mean, of course, of the 5 new hitters that I'm debuting, I guess, right now, of course it'd be Aparicio. Like, it's not only the first hit, but the first homer.
Yeah, it seems that way. You know, guys, they can come out, feel good, but then all of a sudden get touched up a little bit, and they start trying to throw instead of pitch. They're not trusting their stuff.
Fouled off. He was late. Well, he's been good for the most part. Is it going to take someone going out to the mound to maybe refocus him a bit?
There we go. That's another walk. I'm waiting out that slider and slurve running away to the lefties.
So perhaps it's the same with him. Nobody really wants their rhythm broken up, but sometimes they need a little pick-me-up.
And a pitch. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. And a pitch.
Is that gone too? Okay. Team's coming alive here. 2 no-doubters in the inning. I like it. I like what I'm seeing. I got to maintain this undefeated record here on this account. I don't think that's going anywhere, though. Yeah, that's a bad PCI. Oh, I forgot to mention this, man. We don't have a catcher yet. I had to decide between Martin Maldonado and Corey Lee. Figured Maldonado has more power, and we're still going to be playing on All-Star, so I may as well go with him. But I did have Corey Lee on the bench, because if we get to a spot like late in the game and it's close and Maldonado's up, I'm not hitting with him. Gotta have a backup catcher. What's the team with the weirdest name that I've faced? I mean, there's been a couple this year within Pack Attack. I'm trying to think all the time. I mean, most of them are just like vulgar. It's the kind of thing that some people find funny to put as their name, but to me it's just kind of like, dude, really? We're doing this? I don't know though. That sort of thing with team names, like, it doesn't really matter how out there the name is. That's the sort of thing that like goes in and out of my head instantly. Like, I just, for some reason, my brain just doesn't hold on to that information. That was a ridiculous pitch there to end it too. I'll take my 3 runs though. Oh, was this the boost that I was seeing? I thought I saw somebody, or some kind of boost. I thought I saw those boost arrows on some of his guys. Must have been from this Santana. That was a terrible pitch. Yeah, I was thinking about it earlier today, and I feel like they gotta adjust pitching and just how it works in general. I've had the thought for a couple years now that the way pinpoint should work, instead of everybody seemingly having the same window for a perfect pinpoint release, I feel like the guys with lower control and lower walks per 9, maybe it should be tougher to hit the perfect, and then guys that have good control, like a Greg Maddux or something, you get a lot more leeway. And then just get rid of the par. Like, if you get a perfect, it's going to go where you want it to go. It's just, you know, with less control, it's going to be tougher to get the perfect. So you probably still would get a similar amount of pitches that don't go where you want them to go. But to me, it brings in a bit more of a skill gap. And I feel like that's always a good thing when you're playing online.
Here's Cody Bellinger. And a foul ball. 2 out, space is empty. Strikes through the fastball up in the zone.
Dude, this guy can't hit Noah Schultz. He can't touch him right now.
All set for the start of the inning. Eloy Jimenez.
Oh, he might be out of here. Yep, that's all. That's all he could handle. I wish we could go back to the era where people didn't just quit as soon as things started to go bad for them. Like, I was talking about it a little bit last night too, but I think it's all down to the new program system, however long that's been in the game. But back when rating was the only thing that mattered and winning was the only thing that mattered for the rating, people didn't quit as much. But now that people can, you know, make a little bit of progress in the ranked program, you know, they just quit out because it's like, oh, things aren't going well. I may as well load into a different game then where things might go well. All right, who do we got this time? Tom Seaver? Okay, that's somebody I don't think I've seen this year, at least not for a while.
Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, we're back at Ship It? That's 2 Ship It's in a row.
Illinois taking on Baltimore.
Ooh, he's got a bit of a record on him. Okay, we might have a game here. 12-3.
Andrew Benintendi steps up.
And we get to face a righty this time. The boost kicks in a little bit more against righties.
The pitch. Fastball for a strike. And that's how this game gets started.
Is that going to get down? All right, I'll take it. I'm going to stay at first. Probably don't need to be swinging at that pitch, but it worked out for me.
He was all over that one. Handled that down and in breaking ball very well. I saw the
Ooh, okay, a little late on that.
other side and
I actually didn't know that Tom Seaver got that sinker all the way up to 95. Oh, and he gets the fastball up to 99.
hitting with 2 strikes. Even
Got to do my research.
the at bat, if he's not ready to pull the trigger, he's not worried if he gets to an 0-2 count.
That misses. And the count is even 2-2. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another.
Oh, he kind of just gave that to me. I was too far under it.
And puts the squeeze on that one.
I don't think I should have trouble hitting this guy.
Here is
Just take me a little bit of time to get used to it. I want Moncada to do something. I titled this stream after him anyway, so
third in the line.
he's got to show up. Or is that going to mean that he's the one that doesn't show up because he's the one being highlighted?
And that's downstairs and outside.
Yeah, I even felt like I got around on that. As I was coming in, I'm like, oh, I'm turning on this one.
Puts it away for the out. And next will be the cleanup hitter, Paul Konerko. There's a strike.
This might be his strategy now. Work up in the zone.
And that one misses.
Okay, maybe not. Well, oh, no, that's going to be an out. I probably deserve that. Oh, he's...
Can't take it out.
I don't know what just happened on that play then. That went from getting on to not getting on to getting on.
Now it's the shortstop, Luis Aparicio.
Not a very good swing, though. I don't know why I'm having so much trouble getting around on the heat.
That clips the zone,
This year, your favorite card so far is Dan Vogelback. It's always a good one. You got him from Team Affinity. Yeah, it's another classic card. Always gotta love a good Vogelback. Man, I cannot get around on the fastball or the sinker right now. I don't get it. All right, let's see if Crochet is effective at all. Like I said, I've only been able to use him so far on events, kind of because I was saving his ranked debut for whenever I got around to the stream. So I haven't actually gotten to use him when he starts out with full energy. Okay, he's already adjusting and waiting back. I guess I did throw it twice in a row. Do you play ranked at all, Mike? With that Vogelback?
And that one fouled off.
That's a good pitch. I'm liking that. Yeah, you do. All right, cool. I didn't know. Some people play Diamond Dynasty, but, you know, stick to the CPU stuff. Okay, we're there with Eloy. Scoreless first.
And we're back. Top of the second. Now at the plate, Colson Montgomery. Seaver back to work. And that's outside.
Ever since you got him, you're 7-2. It's a nice run.
Next pitch in for a strike, and it's 1-1.
I feel like that Vogelback has got to be a solid BR card with all that power. Man, I can't. I'm having a lot of trouble here. I'm actually starting to get frustrated already. I can't be letting those pitches beat me here. I got to speed up the bat. And I sped up the bat. I might only be able to get one out of that, though, yeah. With 30 speed from Abreu. I hope we get a different Abreu at some point, because pretty sure he got faster as his career went on. I know some of his cards last year had like 50-something speed. His rookie card here had a base 26 speed. Yeah, see, I can't be chasing that pitch. You know that's what he wants me to do. Roll over on that. Probably should have been strike 3. That's another thing they need to change. Make strikes strikes. Oh, is that fair? I think I got to hold Abreu up again at second. Man. A little bit more speed, and those two hits back-to-back could have been a run. Oh, and now it's up to Maldonado. And of course he's going to ground into 2. I mean, what else is he going to do? I would have been better off just standing up there and letting him strike me out.
Bottom of the second, and now it's the switch hitter, Carlos Santana. The lefty fires.
You're still questioning why the White Sox signed him? I think whenever you're questioning anything the White Sox do and there's not like a logical answer, the answer is just because they're the White Sox. Like, I think we've learned that by now, that sometimes they don't do things that make the most sense. The only thing I can think of is maybe because him and Corey Lee were in the same organization. They also got Corey Lee from the Astros. I don't even know if they played at the same level really at all, but that'd be the only thing I could think of, is maybe some kind of mentorship for Corey Lee. Other than that, I would have no idea. There we go, Paulie. Just knock it down over there. That's all you got to do.
And now it's Keibert Ruiz, the switch hitter batting right.
You can see trading Colson, knowing how they are. I would hope not. I mean, we're back in rebuild mode now, so you don't really want to be trading away your prospects. Although I think the one good move so far this offseason has been Eric Fetty. I would not be surprised if he's not going to be on the team after the deadline. Maybe we can steal away some teams like top 5 prospect for a year and a half of Eric Fetty. I'd be all for that. What do I think the White Sox will do with Luis? Honestly, I don't know. I don't remember how long he's signed for. I feel like kind of the hope was that this was going to be a bit of a quicker turnaround and they wanted to hang on to him. I don't think that has anything behind it. Yeah, oh, okay. Could have gotten off the wall. But yeah, I think they wanted to... Oh, like 3 and 4 years ago? What do you mean by that? Because that was like when they were building up to contention. Oh, that's... Oh, Eloy. Buddy, calm him down. You can't hit it that hard.
A massive home run. And just like that, they're out front. It's 1-0. Here is Yoan.
Oh, 3 and 4, or 3 to 4 years left on his contract.
Just misses.
Then I wouldn't be surprised if they hung on to him for the rest of this year.
Ball drops in for a strike.
You know, started out next year with him still on the team, and then next trade deadline maybe see what they want to do with him. Man, I don't know what's going on here. Like, I made a couple good swings there, but I just took a couple pitches that weren't even like right on the corner.
Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. That one misses, and that's ball 1.
I don't know, man. At this point, though, I have a very difficult time getting excited for the White Sox trading for any prospects because they can't develop them. Like, anybody who like needs to be developed mostly by the White Sox doesn't end up developing well, and if they do, they're just hurt all the time. That's not going to sneak through for me. At least we took the lead.
And that is the 3rd out of the inning. As we go to the last of the 3rd. And now, Jamer Candelario. And here it comes. And a good eye there. On the ground to the left, Montgomery.
Keeping him off the board here with Crochet. I'm making enough good pitches. I honestly wasn't expecting, once I saw this guy's record, I wasn't expecting him to have all that much trouble hitting Crochet. But we're kind of rolling for now.
Foul ball there. In there at the knees. That is strike 2.
There we go. Another one. That slider is working. It's really working to these righties. Actually, does he even have any lefties? He might be rolling with a full switch hitting team. And there goes the no-hitter. Couldn't make it one time through the order.
And that turns the lineup over. So the lineup flips over. Stepping in the long ball threat, Bobby Witt Jr. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. And that one fouled off. Dominguez leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Fouled off down the right side.
There we go. Another slider. Like I said, that pitch is working, running inside to the righties. Why would he quit now? Come on, man. It's 1-0. Like, what are we doing? I mean, I guess on the bright side, if we keep getting early quits like this, we're going to get in a lot of ranked games today with this theme team. But man, those are like my only 2 good pitchers there, and now we can't use either one of them. I don't know. Maybe as I keep progressing up here in the rating, maybe we'll run into people less likely to quit. Not just because they're better, but also just because they're more competitive. Toxic's back. What's up, Toxic? Can you believe I'm live for a 2nd day in a row? Who am I? Oh, now we got Randy. All right. Be interesting to see what we do here. I think he also had the Buxton boost. Finally at home, though. I didn't fully commit. I didn't change my logo. So we still got the big orange popsicle on the field. But I don't know. Maybe it's not as much as I think it would be, but I just feel like it'd be a lot of a hassle to change my logo around back and forth. I completely missed what this guy's record was. I wasn't even paying attention. It's a big surprise, but a good one. I'm the only streamer you watch. I guess that makes sense if you stay on YouTube. YouTube isn't always known for streaming. Okay. 3-pitch strikeout for Carlos Rodon here. Whenever you make contact against Randy, you act like you just won the game. I'll be curious to see how I hit him here today, because I'm still on All-Star. Usually I'm alright on All-Star difficulty. Oh, I thought we were going to get him on back-to-back check swing strikeouts. Oh, that's strike 3. That's what we got to change about this game right now. If it hits the zone, it needs to be called a strike. Oh, and another check swing is going his way. Okay. Maybe if I keep this one in the zone, he'll be fooled enough. Oh, he's just way early. This is your first year playing ranked, so you're not used to him. That's fair. Because like I said, the only reason I feel like I can do anything against him is because I've been facing him seemingly non-stop for the last like 2 years now. Or maybe 3. I guess this would be the 3rd. You're late on a circle change on veteran. What's going on? I don't know, man. You just gotta speed up the bat. I don't know what tips to give you other than, I mean, I always hear playing on a monitor helps. So if you care that much, if you're that dedicated, maybe find a way to get your hands on a monitor instead of playing on a big TV. But I feel like that's kind of a drastic change, you know, just for a video game. Pinpoint feels broken this year. It felt like that at the beginning. I think they tweaked it back and made it normal. Although I'm still having a little trouble, but I think it's still down to the fact I'm still getting used to the lefty aspect. And they said he held up. All right. You're not dedicated enough. It's just moments. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's like people always say, "Oh, get a monitor. It'll help you hit better." But it's like, dude, people aren't gonna go and drop, $100 or whatever dollars just to hit a fastball a little better. You just demolished a slider. Nice. That was a spot. There we go. 98 up and in. For some reason, no matter what, you can't gain XP. Like, you can't gain any XP, or you can't gain, like, a lot. Because I know it feels like they've limited big time the amount of XP you gain this year. Lefty, lefty, no doubter on a painted slider up and in. That's tough. I don't even know if I'd swing at that. Probably just would have watched it go by. Taking it for a strike. I thought I was gonna get around on that. No matter what, you get 0 XP. Yeah, that just seems like a problem. I don't know how to help. I wish I did. Ah, I'm just late on that. That's true, Toxic. I guess that would be my one bit of advice to at least start getting better at the game is try and get your eye right. Try and start taking pitches. Yeah. What Mitchell said there, Mike. You might be at the XP cap. That's why I asked if you can't get any XP at all. But if you got some earlier in the day and now you're not getting any, then you probably hit the cap. You really wish they gave Benny a card today? It would have been nice. They're not always that generous with White Sox cards, and then, you know, especially now that they're bad. Yeah. I'm having a tough time pulling the trigger on borderline fastballs today. I'm watching a lot go by here. Jeff's here. I saw those hearts flying in. I figured he had to be. You're not at the cap. It's been like that for a few days. Then yeah, I don't know. The only thing I can say is I don't even remember how you do it, but somehow on the show website you could probably file some kind of support ticket, tell them what your problem is, and they might be able to fix it. XP from programs and storylines. See, that one I just let myself get distracted by the chat. That's on me. But XP from programs and storylines still count, just the gameplay XP is cap. Yeah, that's... I mean, how much have you been playing today, Mike? Because I think it's 15,000 gameplay XP, so that it probably takes a little while to actually get there. So if you've been playing for hours today, then maybe you hit the cap and just didn't realize it. But again, you did say it's been like that for a few days, so... They're horrible when it comes to Sox content. At least we got a Yoan. Yeah. They always, like, even when the Sox were going right, my brother and I used to laugh at it because when the roster updates came out, it was like we'd be waiting for somebody we thought had a good couple of weeks to get an upgrade, and they maybe, like, bumped them up a little bit, and it didn't even improve their overall. Or sometimes we'd be expecting somebody to get a little bit of an increase, and they'd go down a couple points. So it was like... That was the most fun of the roster updates, was just laughing at how they treated the White Sox. Man, he's being a little patient. After the game, can I just skim through the lineup so I can see it? Yeah. Yeah, sure. I did at the beginning. I mean, obviously you weren't here, but I did go through all the new guys and what they're looking like with our boost. Ooh, he's going to take off? Of course he is. I should have known that. 99 speed. MLB hates the Sox. It kind of feels like that, even though I swear a couple of the main front-facing people on the dev team are Sox fans. A lot of check swings here. I can't seem to get him to commit to swinging at these pitches out of the zone. And aside from that very first strikeout, I think he's gotten most check swing calls. I feel like he's having trouble with this, though, lefty. Well, he'll still foul it off. One of your teachers went to high school with Dylan Cease. That's cool. Gotta be a young teacher then. Sox feel like they're often forgotten. They do sometimes. Not just in this game, but dude, is that another check swing? There's so many times that there's been graphics like of Chicago, you know, championship teams or whatever, and they just leave out the 2005 Sox World Series. They're hating on the Jays too. How is Gosman starting the year at an 83, but he was a Cy Young runner-up? I mean, oh yeah, you said in the next chat, Blake Snell is the Cy Young winner. He's at an 85 diamond. Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say, is Snell also. I wonder what goes into their formula or whatever for the ratings. Because it does seem like sometimes some pitchers who are like, oh, you know, they were dominant, and then their live series card is like a gold. Or like last year, Justin Steele on the Cubs was a MVP frontrunner for most of the year, and he was like a 79 silver in September. Dude, I cannot put this guy away. It's actually getting on my nerves. We're at 41 pitches with 1 out in the second inning because he keeps check swinging. Oh my god. How do we go all last year without a White Sox Chris Sale? Exactly. I feel like it's been the last couple. Besides, they might have given him like that silver one, but I don't count that. Whenever something bad happens, the Sox get a lot of attention. I think that's because us Sox fans like to complain about the team. So it's almost like we're more vocal when things are going bad than when they're going good. 3-year average. Yeah, I know that, but I mean like the actual stats that go into the attributes. Like, do they just kind of... Is it almost kind of just like their own interpretation? Like they look at the numbers and then determine how they want to do it? Or is it maybe like a formula where, you know, somebody had a 9.2 strikeouts per 9 rate. So then that translates to a 78 K per 9 rating. You need Jose Bautista on the Jays. It's a crime there isn't one. I would be very down for that. That was always one of my favorite cards. We finally got out of the inning. I still haven't allowed a hit. I didn't even realize that. I've just walked him 3 times and he's fouling everything off. He can't hit Rodon. Like opponent batting average? I'm guessing you just mean that, like, what I was kind of saying is like what opponent batting average then goes into like hits per 9. Because like I understand that they look at the stats from the last 3 years to determine it. I just wonder what the thresholds are, if that makes sense. And I do think they weight the current year more. I think they've said that. Like they determine the starting attributes on the 3-year average, and then they have the current season stats give a little bit more weight to like how they upgrade them and everything. 2 days in a row. How late are you? I've been live for what, like an hour-ish? And is that an Aparicio hit? It is. Okay. Not a good swing, but it's my first hit of this game. We, Chops, we won a couple games already. We've gotten a couple early quits. Having a little bit more trouble this game, mostly on the mound. Oh, and I'm late. Couldn't get around on that one. Remember when we had Mark Burley in MLB 20? They gave him a crappy card, and he hasn't been in the game since. Yeah, I even liked that card. Like, for, what was it, like a 90 overall? I actually liked the card. It's just, it wasn't one that you were going to use too often. Oh, I thought that was it. But yeah, I hate when they do that. I hate when they bring in a new legend. Whatever level legend it is, even if it isn't that, you know, high of a... you know, hyped up legend card, but they bring him in for 1 year and then they're just gone. Like, I understand it if they can't come to an agreement or whatever, however it works, but I don't know. I almost feel like if you're going to sign a new legend, you know, almost prioritize signing them for multiple years. Or also, if we're going to lose a legend, I'd rather them just tell us about it. I hate having to, like, figure out, oh, who's missing from the game this year, and we just don't know. Give us an R.A. Dickey card. A lot of people complain about knuckleballs in this game. I'm pretty sure that Phil Niekro has still been in the game for the last couple of years, but they never give him a Diamond Dynasty card because whatever year it was, it might have been 19, everyone was complaining about it. No one wanted to hit the knuckleball, and everyone was using him. So they just stopped putting him in Diamond Dynasty. You have a knack for calling home runs. You called the Dansby homer last night and a Travis d'Arnaud homer in real life. That's always the best. When, like, you're watching a game, it's like, you know what, I have a feeling that they're about to go deep here, and then they do. Remember when Matt Waldron took over the game? Yeah, and they couldn't really do anything about that. Because, I mean, he's a player that was in the league right now throwing a knuckleball. It's not like you're going to not put a live series card in the game. I don't know. I've never really had all that much trouble hitting knuckleballs. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, a lot of people can't hit them, but for me, it's just kind of like, it's kind of just a slow pitch that floats in there, and if it floats in the right spot, you just destroy it. Don't they have Niekro's animations in the game still? I mean, if he might still be in the game. I haven't looked through the rosters this year, but I know the last couple of years, like, he himself has been in the game on the offline rosters. They just don't add him to Diamond Dynasty because people hate the knuckleball so much. You never had an issue hitting Waldron, always raked off him. That's what I feel like too. Whenever somebody was using him against me, and you know they're thinking like, oh, I got Matt Waldron on the mound, I'm not losing today. He's just gonna throw the knuckleball and he can't hit it. And it's like, for me, it's like, okay, I'll make you take him out after the first couple innings here. Your eyes get big when you see him. I don't know if I'd say that, but sometimes it's like you can tell that they think they're doing something, and then it just doesn't work when I'm hitting. Is that really going to stay fair? Oh my god, it is. I thought that was tailing foul easily. Then again, your best pitch to hit is a curveball, so it's similar. That's fair, and then you can actually sit on it. You weren't playing MLB The Show when Matt took over. Wasn't that earlier this year? I mean, maybe you weren't playing earlier this year, but I think that was this year. I don't think that was... I mean, they did put him in the game last year, so he probably took over whenever they added him last year, too. Okay, hopefully that home run made him a bit more swing happy here. I can't believe we're sitting here. I'm in the yellow energy in the third inning, and I've had to throw almost 70 pitches. Like, that might be it for Carlos Rodon. You were using Matt Waldron against your friends, and the one knuckle was crazy. It went like a slurve and suddenly stopped. I mean, sometimes, yeah, sometimes the pitch breaks insanely, and there's just nothing you can do about it other than take it and hope it ends up out of the zone. The foul balls are ridiculous. And then add on top of it the fact that this dude is check swinging successfully so often. And I'm having a lot of... I mean, that's going to drop in for me, so I guess I can't complain. I just don't know why I'm not turning on the fastball here. Watch Maldonado be the one that gets us on the board. Out of the one time I was ready for the heat. Oh, I mean, that was the pitch. He does have 87 power right now, so if I connect, it'll go. It's just, it's connecting with him that'll be the tough part.
So the batting order turns over. Benintendi up here. That one missed.
God, dude, that is a meatball. That's the kind of pitch you want to be seeing.
Yeah, there's 2 away.
Like, I know it's 101 on the inner half, lefty-lefty, but if you're looking for that, that's not supposed to be a tough hit or a tough pitch.
And that one a little bit high.
You took Maldonado out of your Sox team and put in the 89 Yaz. Yeah, I mean, I would do that, but I kind of have a specific way that I build my team, and, you know, if I make one exception, then where does it stop, you know? Because then, you know, next thing you know, I'll be putting Rollins at short. I'll be putting Ken Griffey Jr. in center. That doesn't feel like a Sox theme team. There we go. Leave it to Eloy. I know that's his second perfect home run for me, but is that his third? No, it's his second total. Okay, I couldn't remember if I hit a third with him. Are notifications supposed to work when you go live? Did you not get notified? Because I would hope notifications work when I go live. I guess maybe there's a chance that somehow with how it works on the back end, maybe since I uploaded a video at 2, and maybe I'm assuming it sent out a notification for that, maybe it just doesn't send out a second one that soon after. But that kind of sucks, because I kind of figure, even if I announce my live stream late like I did today, I figure at least some people get notified. So if you didn't get the notification, that sucks. All right, we all know that we have a pitcher that we can never hit, but is there anybody you just can't pitch to for some reason? I don't really feel like it. I think the only one that comes close to that is Lou Brock. I feel like year after year, for whatever reason, like, Lou Brock always does the most damage off of me. Is that doing something? Oh, look at Moncada. I did not think that was a good enough swing to do anything. Okay. This new 97 Moncada is carrying me himself. You don't even need to make a good swing with the dude. Oh, and then I'm looking like that. When's the next March to October episode coming out? Should be tomorrow. It was originally supposed to be today, because yesterday was originally supposed to be the Pack Attack episode, but yeah, I don't know why I'm looking at that. But YouTube was having some kind of issue uploading videos, so I just held off the Pack Attack for today. Then March to October will be tomorrow. I already recorded it though, so I almost don't want to talk about it at all, just in case I accidentally spoil what happened. Just so I can keep straight what you guys have seen and what you haven't. O'Neal Cruz is always killing you, even the live series CPU controlled one. I don't know, sometimes like with that Lou Brock, for me, like I was saying, I wonder how much of it is just that card, or if it's for some reason the good players use his card. So then, like, I'm always facing, if I'm facing Lou Brock, I know I'm facing a person who's like decent at the game. Why do they have that Yoan card built like a stick? I don't know. I didn't really notice it, but now I'm wondering if they have a different player model for him. Because a lot of like flashback cards, they just have the same player model as their live series, but some legends and some like bigger name players, they'll have a different player model for their older versions of themselves. I don't know how much longer I'm going to leave Rodon in, but I feel like I got to at least try and get him through 4, right? Well, and then I give up a perfect swing. Maybe I do call it with him there. No player specifically destroys you, but you feel like every time you face Juan Soto, you end up walking him literally every time. Against the CPU? Because if it's against the CPU, then that would make sense. He's got usually the highest discipline rating you can have. Yeah, I'll go Daniel Hudson. I guess I forgot to mention that back when I was talking about how I built this team, but I think I have all the relief pitchers that fit the way I build the theme team. So usually I try and keep position players and starting pitchers to just strictly White Sox cards in the White Sox inventory, but then relief pitchers, I just do any version of any player who's ever pitched for the Sox. Just because, you know, if I'm going to compete, you need to be able to go to a bullpen arm that you can actually use. All the future stars, younger player models are super skinny for some reason, just like the 99 Trout from last year. I mean, I think it's cool if they have a different player model. I mean, if for Moncada specifically, he came up, that was a terrible pitch attempt there, but he came up as a speedy guy. Like, he has 85 speed on this card. I remember that was like a thing for him when we first saw him, is he was like supposed to have some speed. So he's probably built a little skinnier. You're gonna say the Sox bullpen's pathetic and not usable? Yeah, that's why. I mean, that's how I built the team last year too. But I feel like almost with any team, like any theme team you're doing, there's not gonna be enough bullpen arms in that team's inventory alone for you to actually have a usable bullpen. Maybe there's a few exceptions, but that's just kind of what I've come across. And there we go, Hudson, shutting the door there. No more runs. I remember last year, every single game you went to, the Sox bullpen blew the game. And remember, I mean, I guess it was a couple years ago now, but remember that 2021 team? The strength was supposed to be the bullpen. There we go. Okay, yeah, it did get down. Should I try and push it here? Should I push it for 2? Is this stupid? Oh, it almost worked out. I definitely shouldn't have done that, but you got a guy with 99 speed. You got to try some things here and there.
That one not close. And now it's even 1-1. One down, base is empty.
Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, hey, I have trouble too on that type of pitch sometimes. Wow. And then he goes right back in with that. I should have seen that coming. The only game you ever went to was Braves Cubs, the game that Acuna got his 70th bag. That's a cool game to go to. That's the, I think, as far as I can remember, the only time I've seen the Braves play was against the Cubs at Wrigley. Get through. There we go. All right. Not having nothing in this inning. You saw 2 games where the Sox bullpen nearly blew it in 2021. Yeah, and that was supposed to be the good bullpen, especially after they traded for Kimbrel. Everyone, even like non-White Sox people. What am I doing taking that? I don't get it. But like non-White Sox people, like actual baseball people, were saying like, oh, the White Sox with Kimbrel and Hendricks, the double closer thing. If they have a lead, if they take a lead into the 7th, they're winning the game. And how'd that work out?
Next offering upstairs.
Oh, you got the live notification. I wonder then how it works. I mean, obviously, I would hope that everybody who has notifications on get it.
On the ground at first. Puts the tag on him, leaving the box.
I guess I didn't ask. Who was it? Chops? You said you didn't get it? If you did you get my video notification? Like, do you get any notifications? Craig was a disappointment. He definitely was. Who do I think will be the Sox next team affinity card? I don't even know. I don't even know where to begin guessing that. I feel like usually the White Sox always have the same set of legends. Actually, it'll probably be Frank, because we don't have a Frank Thomas card yet, at least that I remember. You haven't made it to Wrigley yet, but you got to see the Cubs play Detroit and Cleveland. I haven't been to either of those stadiums. I'm assuming That's where you saw him, because where else would you see him if you haven't been to Wrigley? If Liam didn't get cancer last year, the Sox could have been good. I mean, he came back, and then he immediately had elbow trouble. So, hang on. Did I have anybody else warming up? Finally, another check swing gets called. You did get the Jazz notification. Okay, so I was gonna say maybe you just don't have YouTube notifications on in general on your phone, but I guess that wouldn't explain that. Who do I want to get up next here? Maybe a little Joe Kelly action. Dwayne Underwood Jr. is the next great White Sox closer. Do they have him? Or are you making a prediction right now that they're gonna go out and get him? Maybe Paul Konerko. I feel like it won't be Paulie just because he got that 93 recently, who's on the team right now. You know, obviously they won't not give him a 99 because he has a 93, but I feel like the 93 is still recent enough that they'd probably go with a Frank card next.
We head to the bottom of the fifth. Now, our team molded up. Johnson back to work.
Yeah. Kevin, you say Sale. I'd love a Chris Sale. Give us a third nasty lefty diamond pitcher.
The lefty fires. Drilled out.
There's no way. There's no way, right? Maldonado at the wall? Ah. If I had him paralleled even one time and he had one more power, that might be leaving. Okay, well, I finally turned on the fastball with a lefty, and it didn't help me there. White Sox are going to get him. You know what? You already called 2 home runs in this last month. I mean, hey, if I... Really, he's going to a new... I get one perfect swing against the lefty, and he's done with him. Also could be Minnie Minoso. He doesn't have a card yet. That's true. Look at what I'm doing right away, going the other way on that slider. Yeah, I guess we don't have a Frank or a Minoso yet. I just wonder if we're going to see... I mean, we have to see a White Sox version of Tim Anderson at some point, right?
That's off the inside edge. And the count is 2-0.
And I want it to be a new version. Don't just give us that 2020 finest card again. Like, I'm not saying new for this year, but like a just a new like card art, I guess, or something. If it's Hyper Series, you doubt Frank. Why would that matter? Is there something I'm missing? Because if it is Hyper Series, Sale already has a Hyper Series, just not with the Sox. Dude, I can't get around. I got around on one, I guess. I hit the perfect with Benintendi fastball in, and that's all I can do on inside fastballs right now. They need to drop a Silver Slugger, Robert Jr. I'd be all for that. I guess he doesn't have an upgraded version yet. Should I go? I guess it is. I mean, Aaron Bummer's really our only lefty. Maybe I should save him a little bit longer here. We'll get Joe Kelly up and ready to go here. A good Harold Baines would be awesome. Also, TA with the Hyper Series card. Yeah. Baines always has a nice swing. I always feel like I hit pretty well with a Harold Baines. They kind of changed the way that Joe Kelly looks delivering the ball this year, and it feels like it kind of throws me off sometimes when I try and pitch with him. You were salivating at the thought of the Ozzy Albies Silver Slugger card. You want it so bad. I didn't see how much it was going for right now, but I'm sure the price will come down. Still pretty new. Man, I missed that spot. Or no, I didn't actually. It said I was blue. I saw a lot of yellow in that one, but okay. Guess I hit my spot.
And first offering is fouled off.
This wasn't Kelly's delivery at the start of the year. They changed it recently. Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Two down, nobody on. And that one
Yeah, I didn't even use this Joe Kelly card until I earned that the second pitcher captain pack or whatever.
here's the 0-2. Now
We should be able to get there, and we do. Scoreless inning out of Joe Kelly. Keep it right where it's at. I need a bit more offense. I feel like the bats have to wake up a bit. He's like 250K right now, so you're about 249K away. Almost there.
and the batter will be the shortstop, Luis Aparicio.
I don't know. It is definitely difficult to make stubs this year. I'm a little worried for Pack Attack because basically right now that's just a second account that I have to grind. No money spent to earn stubs to be able to open our packs. I feel like I need to figure out how to flip cards on the market or something effectively. You believe they changed it when they fixed the pinpoint bug? Okay. I mean, if it was something to do with his old delivery that was causing the bug, then good, I guess.
Pulls it down and he makes the catch. Two down. Now batter. Two outs, bases empty.
Use the $10 donation to buy stub. Did I miss a donation?
Just off the inside.
Did I miss something? Or are you just talking about from a couple streams ago?
On the corner at the knees for a strike. One ball, one strike. That just misses. Two balls and a strike.
I mean, I would, but also $10 worth of stubs isn't even like that much.
Two outs.
The donation from before, yeah. I mean, yeah, like I said, I guess technically if I ever spent money on stubs, I would be using, you know, the donation for stubs. It's just like, I don't know. I don't want to crowdsource stubs. Like I don't want to make you guys pay for my series, if that makes any sense.
Here's the center fielder.
But also, my original point is like, you don't even get all that many stubs. Like I think, what is it? $100 worth of stubs is 150,000, which in the grand scheme isn't even really all that much. Yeah, guess I missed my spot there. But like, we make what? It's usually somewhere between 20 to 30,000 stubs in each Pack Attack episode. So $100 worth of stubs would only cover me for 5 to 6 episodes. Like, I feel like that's not super worth it, especially if I learned how or tried to like flip cards on the market or something. I feel like you could make 150,000 from that and then save the money.
Hit on the ground to the right side. And he handles it himself for the out. Back to the top of the lineup, Willie Castro now at the plate.
Okay, I mean, give up the bomb, but then a couple rollovers and we're out of it with the lead. I still need to wake up the bats, though. We need Eloy up. Is he coming up this inning? I don't think so, right? Yeah, we're near the bottom part of the order. Or no, Eloy's batting 2 for me, so maybe he'll be up this inning if we get someone on. He's going to a lefty here. Billy Wagner.
The pitch. And that one is in the dirt. Ball one. Wouldn't chase it
Okay,
this time.
a little wild. I like it. Wait him out.
Now 3-0. And there's the automatic.
It's all fun and games until somebody's trying to flip the exact same cards at the exact same time. Hang on. Did I get that? Is it going to drop? No, it's not. It's a line drive. It's not going to get down. I tried flipping cards last year, and like I had success with it in terms of making stubs. Do I want to take Maldonado out here? Would this be the time to do it? I mean, we're guaranteed that lefty is going to be out there still. I'm going to do it. I'm going to take Maldonado out now. Even though we have absolutely nothing going on right now. Nobody on or anything. What was I saying about flipping cards? Yeah, I did it for a while last year. I actually made a decent amount of stubs. It's just so boring. It's so monotonous. Because, like, I wouldn't flip one card at a time, so it's not like I would put it in order and just wait for it to be sold and get into, like, bidding wars with other people doing the same thing. I would put in orders for, like, a bunch of different people at once, and then just wait till they start rolling in. Man, he's really putting pitches on the edges here, isn't he? Gotta make this at bat worth it.
On the ground right side, and that's just foul. 3-2.
Okay, we worked the walk. That's fine.
He saw a lot of pitches and earned a walk.
You know, I think he's okay with that outcome. It wasn't an intentional walk. He wasn't exactly trying to attack the zone either.
Benintendi in the box with one away.
You usually listen to music to avoid the insanity. I mean, I would watch videos and streams and stuff, and actually sometimes I'd play the game too, because I got the app on my phone, and you could work the market from there too. So sometimes I'd go on my phone. It's just the way that I did it. It felt like, that's a shame. But it felt like you kind of had to be paying attention the whole time, because things were always happening. Because I started with like a couple 100,000, and I was like, oh, you know what? I'm going to try and flip this up to, maybe double my stubs or something. So I had 300,000 or so worth of players that I would buy at a time, and then as they were coming in, I would sell them. So I felt like I was always putting up orders. And I would do it for like maybe an hour or two at a time, and it felt like 6 hours in just like an hour and a half. You just noticed they have Benny's red batting gloves on. That's a nice touch.
2 outs.
Eloy's all in red too. I don't think I got enough of that. Nope. Well, hopefully our pitching can lock the door here, because I'm not hitting now all of a sudden. Oh man, did I? Yeah, I didn't get anybody else warming up. So I guess we kind of have to go to Bummer now.
Aaron Bummer comes on now.
Get Bummer out there, get Graveman ready, get Dibble ready. I'll be prepared.
There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
Yeah, I'm so glad that they gave Bummer a diamond card this year. Like, he was always one of my favorite pitchers to use, and his best card would be like a bronze. And I would still mow people down with him. He'd be a bronze that had 3 pitches also. So, like, not only did they give him a diamond, they also gave him a couple extra pitches. Look at that.
Here's the third baseman, Bobby Witt Jr. He's already homered here in this one. Trying to hold a one-run lead, and we're at the top of the 8th. Swings and chases a low one there.
I was seeing on Aaron Bummer's live series card, his control with that circle change was 0. Like, he had a 0 rating. It still was a pitch that worked for me. Used him a couple times in BR. I had him on, or I think I still have him on the Pack Attack team. But I've never seen a card with 0 control, and man, he was ready for it that time. Thought that was going to be a good pitch right there.
Garcia with a quick throw back in. As the tying run
Bummer was always one of your favorites too. Found it funny they gave him. Yeah, that's exactly what I said. I don't tweet much or X much. I can't call it X. But occasionally I'll write something that nobody sees because like nobody follows me over there, which is fine. But as soon as they announced that card, I was like, For years, even when he was good, all I wanted was a bummer lefty or a bummer diamond card. And the second he gets off the White Sox, he gets a card. He didn't even pitch an inning yet. He didn't even throw one pitch for the Braves yet, and he gets an 89. Come on, man. Put him away if he's going to swing at that. And he lays off of it that time. What are the chances he's behind this? I haven't thrown this yet. Oh, he's just going to lay off of it. God, dude. I wonder if he's contact swing. I mean, it doesn't take contact swings to hit foul balls on this game, but this dude's getting a lot of them, and then he'll just break out a take like that too. What am I supposed to do? No, it stayed fair. Come on. Oh, and I misplayed it. I doubt we get him at second anyway. Now the bats have to wake back up. You told someone on Twitter that too. I mean, like I said, that was my first thought. As soon as I saw that card come out, I was like, they have a vendetta. I remember somebody in one of my earlier streams, we were talking about the same thing, and they played Madden, and apparently the Bears get like the same thing happening, and he just called it the Chicago tax. All right, Moncada, our new guy, our new highest rated guy, here in the bottom of the 8th in a freshly tied game. What does he got? And I'm late. I don't know what's going on here. My first couple games, or at least my first game, wasn't really having any trouble with the fastball, and that was against Noah Schultz. That's not even that hard of a fastball at 95 here. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't played Madden in a couple years, but maybe us Chicago fans just like complaining. I don't know. Maybe there's no bias at all, and we just feel like there is. Dude, I didn't feel late on that. You know, he deserved to make that play. I can't even be mad. I wouldn't have been on board for a hit there on that swing, especially if he dove and missed it and we're looking at extra bases. I gotta only take away that pitch. And then I'm immediately late on it again. I think I go to Graveman here. You remember they gave Luis his finest last year, really low clutch? They had to nerf it somehow, right? Everything else about that card was insane.
Tapped at the plate, but it's a foul ball. And the righty deals.
Too fast. Everybody's usually too slow, but with Graveman, I'm too fast.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Righty delivers.
There we go. I knew he was waiting for that, so I figured I'll give it to him. I'll put it too far inside. How do I pitch so well every time you're yellow? I guess it's just repetition. I feel like I'm having more trouble this year, though. Like, I'm getting a lot more yellows, like that one. We're talking 0.04 seconds early, and then it just goes wherever. Or 3 degrees right.
Righty to the plate. Fights that one away. The count remains 0-2. Here comes a pitch.
Man, you said I have good pitching, and I'm pretty sure every single pitch of that at bat was a yellow release. the game doesn't think I pitch well. I mean, usually that's my strong suit. I remember there was, I don't remember which MLB it was. It might have been 19, because that was the year I was really good. I made it to World Series after a season reset, going 14-0, and I want to say I gave up less than 5 runs. Like, even back before pinpoint was a thing, when it was just pure analog. I don't know, I don't even feel like I know what I'm doing pitching. I was never a pitcher. It's not like I go in here with strategy. But for some reason, I've just always been pretty solid pitching. Which was kind of frustrating for me because, like, I wasn't good hitting. So every game for me would be like a sweat fest. Because I would hold them to a low amount of runs, but I'd also be kept at a low amount of runs. .64 ERA. Then you know what? It might have been less than 5 runs. Because I honestly feel like it was like .3 something ERA. Like I have that memory in my head of like a .3 or something ridiculous like that. Well, I guess then again, you never know if people quit. The innings might not exactly match up. I don't know. Now I'm second guessing my memory. We're in walk-off territory here, guys. Tie game, bottom 9. If I can at least make one more good swing, that's it. Who wants to call the home run this time? Who you feeling, Toxic? who's gonna end this one for us? Is it gonna be Corey Lee out of the 9 hole? Well, I'm not gonna get to him if I keep taking strikes for strike 3. Oh my god, dude. Nope, it wasn't Jose. Because I'm not getting around on the inside sinker today, I guess. Even though I feel like that's the pitch I'm sitting on, I'm late on it every time. I was ready that time. If he threw a pitch inside, I was not going to miss it in that at bat. Is he going to throw me out? No, we're in. Okay. It's Corey Lee. We got it to Corey Lee with a runner on second. All he needs is a base hit. We took that. Now he's got to be coming inside, right? Inside with the sinker or fastball. Oh, I was too ready. He knows I'm ready now. This has got to be off speed. It was off speed. Feel like he might go to something off speed again. Nope, he went fastball up and away. I actually got up to it. That was not a horrible swing. Maybe the walk-off's coming in the next inning then. This is your first the show game. Did the pitching change in recent years? So they added a new pitching like input interface, I guess you'd call it. I think it was all the way back in 21 actually. Well, and that's pinpoint. So before 21, it was like I mean, you can still use the other old meter, but not many people do anymore because pinpoint's just better. I think it's still called pure analog in the game, so if you want to taste a history, then I guess change your pitching input to pure analog and give it a shot. Was it 22 they added pinpoint? I couldn't remember if it was 21 or 22. You didn't have much confidence in anyone but Colson. Hey, if your gut wasn't feeling it, your gut wasn't feeling it. There we go. Big strikeout. I don't feel good about leaving Graveman in after that one. I think I got to go Dibble now. Like, I know I struck him out. I know I didn't make him look good, but I don't know. Just didn't have a good feeling. Only thing that sucks about this is We either need Dibble to get at the very least 5 out. Or no, we don't need because we walk it off. Never mind. We only need him to get these 2 outs then. And then I'll just walk it off in the 10th. Make it easier. Give him another one of those after that last swing. Okay. What about this? What if we dot it low and away? Nope, I'll miss my spot. Ooh, he was behind it. I thought he'd be selling out for the heat. Struggling big time, so just trying to find out as much as you can. Yeah, MLB or baseball games probably in general they have to be one of the most difficult games to just like pick up and play. Cuz like you got to figure out the timing of swinging, you got to figure out like strategy. I don't know. That's not where I wanted that slider. Oh, they finally rung him up. All right, we needed that. No runs allowed. We have our free runner on to start. Benintendi due up top of the order. Corey Lee on second actually has decent speed. This is not a bad situation. Oh, he's got a Dibble of his own. I've actually hit this Dibble decently well when I've faced him so far this year. And, oh, I thought I just walked it off. You'd say Madden is definitely harder to casually pick up? Maybe. Ooh, are we going to get to third on this? Oh, now all we need is a sac fly. That is a big, wild pitch there. Yeah, I guess Madden would be more difficult. Oh, okay, we're going to end it in style. Benintendi doing the same thing for the reason that he got his supercharge in the first place. Walking it off. I'm sorry, Toxic. It was a little too late. I had to walk it off before you got the chance to make your prediction. Alright, man. That felt good. After not hitting for, what? I mean, that might have been 8 or 9 innings that I didn't score a run. Football is just a harder game to understand. Like a noob cannot read defenses or even know what they are. I mean, I don't know how to read defenses. I never have. And I guess I would never consider myself good at Madden, but I also wouldn't consider myself like bad. Like I would still, when I play against the CPU, especially near the end, because the last Madden I got was 21, but I would play on all Madden and I would win most of the time. You didn't call anything, so it doesn't count. You're still calling 1,000. I mean, that works for me. You can't be wrong if you don't, if you don't give an answer. I actually completely forgot I had any coffee left. I just impulsively picked this up and happened to have some that was just nice and room temperature. I feel like there was something I was supposed... Oh, it was... Okay, yeah. I forget. Was it you, Toxic, who said you wanted to take a look at the lineup? You wanted to see what was going on? Got some rewards here. What are we looking at? What's this screen? That's a lot of information. What can I open here? What did I just get? Gold? Alright. Ballin' pack? Okay. Stub millionaire? Are we about to see 1,000,000 stubs live on stream? I mean, I'm sure of it, right? Ooh, a ballin'. That's actually the first time I've seen that. I think, at least. We were waiting for the sack fly. I mean, I would have been up for that. Any way you can win a game, I'll take it. Got another ballin' pack here. I guess this doesn't really matter. We're focused on the White Sox theme team, and I'm here opening up packs. I don't know why I haven't opened up these yet, but I I'm not going to use whoever I open from that. We feeling one more game, guys? I think I'm feeling one more game. Here's the lineup. I think it was Toxic, but somebody was asking to see the lineup. That last game actually went, what was it, 10 innings? So it's been a while. But here we go. This is what we got going on here. Look at it. Look at these ratings, actually, with the boost. 94 overall right now, besides Maldonado, is the worst we have. If we just had a catcher, bring back that 84-year mean. I mean, I doubt it. He's probably lost the rights to him. He's not even in anything. One more. Yeah, I'm feeling one more. Feeling one more too, although I don't know who I'm going to pitch. Am I going to be stuck using Mike Clevenger? Or should I throw Noah Schultz on maybe 75% energy? Is Maldonado really the highest overall catcher? The way that I build the team, he is. Because they, I think for my original Sox theme team game, I had Max Stassi, but since he's on the injured list, they made him a free agent card in the game, so he doesn't get the boost. So it was between Maldonado and Corey Lee. I figured since I'm still playing on All-Star difficulty, I'd go Maldonado since he has a little bit of power. Have I thought about doing a postseason run? Oh, you know what? While I'm answering that, we can look at the pitching. There's the full bullpen. Have I thought about doing a postseason run separately from this and the March to October to stream live with teams who make it? I mean, I've had a lot of different live stream ideas, and right now I'm kind of just in the stage of actually trying to live stream consistently. So hopefully once we build that up, you know, then more people start showing up, since I'm actually, you know, it's a regular thing and people know what to expect. And then as we do that, I'll start posting some more things. I also have, you know what? I could just say it now. I mean, there's only, I'm seeing 11 people in here, so I guess 11 of you might get early access to this information. But I'm planning on making a separate channel to upload my live stream stuff, but not just the full VODs is what they're called, not just the full streams, but like kind of break it down, segmented. But I also want it like separate from my normal channel, just so it doesn't interfere with anything. So I'm hoping to stream more so I can also populate a different channel with more content. So as we stream more, there'll be different ideas, different things we do. But for now, we got one more game with this Sox team before I hop off. And look at that. Our max rating window here is 702. So there is a slim chance we're on Hall of Fame difficulty. Should I do it? Should I go Clevenger? We got to use him at some point, right? The only thing is we kind of used up a lot of our bullpen in that last game, so I guess anybody we use, whether it be Clevenger or a tired Noah Schultz. You'd love that? You'd like that idea? I'm glad to hear it. I'm a little skeptical. You know, it took me a very long time to build up one channel to the point where it's at, so I'm a little wary to start a new one, but you know, we'll get there. I mean, I already have now 3 episodes of the Cubs March to October. I've got these games that, I mean, this won't work exactly how I had it planned, because I kind of wanted, you know, a dedicated game with each new card as they came out, but I kind of ruined that by not streaming for a while. But you know, that's what I plan on doing. You know, I meant to ask you this last time. I'm assuming it's Yoan Feliciano, just based solely on the fact that the MLB player is Yoan Duran. Worst case scenario is you 11 people will watch. That's true, as long as somebody's watching, right? But yeah, I already started making the channel and everything. I hadn't actually done the streaming part yet. So now that we're getting that ready to go, I should be ready to launch that pretty soon. You were thinking something earlier today that got stuck in your head. Oh, okay. You're memeing me here. Had a lot of those though. Back when we still had Castellanos on the pack attack team, had a lot of deep drive or drives to deep left field, whatever the quote is. That is one of the greatest things. Like, everybody loves the whole Castellanos hitting the home runs like on days that things happen. I don't find that as funny when it's just like, oh, today is the day that something bad in the world happened and Castellanos hit a home run. I more find it funny when it like interrupts something that's happening in the broadcast that's serious, like that very first one mid apology. Like the fact that that's happened, I think 4 times, where it's been in the middle of a more serious moment on the broadcast, and then he's just gone deep. You can't believe the Cubs didn't keep him. I mean, he was good, right? For that half a year?
Gotta be clever too when you don't have that lights out stuff, right? Absolutely. You gotta know what you're able to do instead of focusing on what
I see I'm still not getting around on the fastball. Or sinker, I guess, in this case.
that one just misses. Next offering upstairs.
You know, I didn't even realize. I was kind of on autopilot for that top of the first, but Clevenger actually got us through that scoreless.
Because of the launch angle, at some point or another, that ball's going to be lifted up and out of
Yeah. Oh, wait. If that gets deep enough. You know, I wouldn't have felt good about that. Like, that's another thing they need to tweak, is the amount of very late swings that end up in that part of the field, especially when they start dropping in.
This guy's not afraid to pitch to
Eloy, it's not going to drop in.
He's not afraid to put the ball in play, let the defense work behind him. But what I love is the fact strike one, best pitch in baseball.
I mean, probably on line drives, there might be a lower batting average on line drives that aren't to the gap than there is on, like, very late timing bloopers.
That one missed. The wind of the pitch.
Hey, I turned on a fastball. Of course, I hit it right to him, though, but you gotta make adjustments somehow. Do I think Crochet can be the ace of the Sox? I don't really know, man. His first couple starts, he looked really good, and then he kind of didn't and gave up some runs. But I feel like this year's probably more about just getting him used to being a starter, build up his arm or whatever. So, I mean, I hope so. When he's on his game, he's got some nasty stuff. He's picked up a lot of strikeouts this year. That was a terrible pitch. Can Benintendi save this? Oh, I could have had that. Oh, I feel like that was robbable, and I was just a little off to the side.
They jump out front. It's 1-0. And now it's Giancarlo Stanton. And a foul ball.
Just remember, Manoah was supposed to be the ace for your Jays. Now look at him. Yeah, what happened to him, man? That is an insanely quick fall off. Like, we're talking Tim Anderson levels of falling off quick.
And a swing and a miss. Kicks and fires.
Man, I hate making fun of Tim Anderson like that. Like, I wanted the guy to be so good. I was such a fan of him. I remember before he really broke out and had his big year in 2019. I remember I was saying, you know what I actually remember? I was watching a Cougs stream, a Cougs 46 stream, and some people were talking about like shortstops, I think. I think there was a debate going on about shortstops, and I chimed in and said something like, you know, I don't know who I'd consider the best shortstop this year, but in the next couple of years, we'll be putting TA in this conversation. He kind of read it, and he was like, oh, Tim Anderson? We sure about that? I was sure. I was sure about that.
Here's a big power threat. Eddie Matthews.
I needed to get on the ground for 2.
That one was scorched, an absolute missile, and it almost becomes self-defense as the fielder. When one of those things comes screaming towards you, watch your lips.
Mitch Garver batting with 1 down, takes a strike. Swings through that one for strike 2. Pitch misses, ball 1.
All right. Clevenger was effective for 1 inning, but now I can't seem to figure out what's going to put him away here. This dude's eye is... I don't know, he's seeing the ball very well. Yep. Oh my God, look at that. That was about as perfectly placed as that pitch could be, and he had a perfect swing. I forgot to check. What difficulty are we on here? Because there was the chance we were on Hall of Fame. That's the wrong screen. No, it is still on All-Star. Okay. I should probably warm up the bullpen, shouldn't I? We got we got Liam, we got Dominic Leone, and we got Tanner Banks. That's our only guys with full energy right now. Jeez, look at that take, man. You remember one Alek Manoah start where he went like 0.2 innings and gave up 8 runs? Didn't he... Was his very first start against the White Sox? Or at least one of his early starts was, because like I remember seeing it, and I wouldn't have been watching a game live if it wasn't the Sox. Oh, dude, we got the ground ball. Why is he... Why does he need to find a spot for that? Oh, we got him. Throw it to third. His first start was against the Yankees. It had to have been one of his early starts then, was against the Sox. Dude, another one. Can we get the ball on the ground so we can actually turn 2 on it? Remember the legendary season of Mercedes? I do, man. I miss him. I miss your mean. La Russa ruined him. Imagine criticizing your own player for hitting a home run. Unbelievable. Like, it still gets me angry to this day, and that was 3 years ago. If you want a real fall off, Roberto Ozuna had 60 saves at age 21, and then, yeah, I was going to say, as I was reading that, I'm like, you know what, I feel like he had some more stuff going on than just falling off, but that'll do it. He was also always a really good card to use in this game. Yeah, I'm feeling something this inning. Paulie hasn't done anything for me yet. He's overdue. Curse of the last name Ozuna. Maybe I wasn't right about Paulie. I remember the Sox, like way early on when I was very young, they had a guy named, I think it was Pablo Ozuna, and he was never good, but I always thought it was such a cool name. And there's another line out. Good swings, bad swings, doesn't matter. Nothing's falling. Was he actually the quickest closer to 100 saves? I mean, to be the closer at 21 is kind of insane, but I guess that makes sense, being the quickest to 100, because, like, oh, God. A lot of closers start out as starters, or, you know, they're just not in the closer role right away, so if he was closer right away, I guess it would make sense.
New inning getting started. Digging in, Josh
feel like I'm just getting worse and worse hitting today, the more we play. Besides that Benintendi home run, I haven't really made many good swings in the last, like, almost 10 innings probably now at this point. And I don't know how much Clevenger's got in the tank for me. Might be dipping into that bullpen early again. Youngest player ever to hit 100 saves at 23 years old. That is, I mean, that's actually crazy to, I mean, first of all, be called up as early as he was, but then be the closer.
And that's in for a strike. Good take by Torres.
I don't know, it seems like there's not many closing pitchers that can be dominant for a super extended period of time. Like, obviously you got the special ones, but then outside of them, it's like, you know, you might have a couple people that put together really good seasons for 3 or 4 years, and then they're just not quite the same after that.
Rib, but it curls foul. 2 outs, base is empty. In the air, left side. Benintendi is there.
Remember Aaron Sanchez was like 15-2 that one year, and then he got blisters on his fingers and fell off. I remember him being good, and then I remember him not being talked about at all.
To the last of the third. And now
'Cause I didn't know there was the reason to it.
pitch. That's in there. Strike one.
Yeah, toxic. I mean, I didn't mean to be ignoring your comments. I just kind of happened to be focusing on the game, but to be honest, I would rather be on a different topic.
Swing and a miss.
God, dude, what happened to my good swings? What happened to it? Let's do something good here. This is bad. I'm making a good swing.
Got a good eye there.
In your Nats franchise, Kyle Finnegan was second in reliever of the year, even though he led the league in saves by like 7.
And there's a foul.
I mean, I'm assuming he just didn't have quite as good of an ERA.
Team down a run. Here in the last half of the third. Swing and a miss. Struck him out.
I even scooted up my chair and I said I'm gonna lock in and make a good at bat or make a good swing this at bat, and then I end it with that.
Inside corner. That's a strike. And it's 0-1. That one almost got him.
Pete Walker, your pitching coach, is the GOAT, made Robbie Ray a Cy Young winner. I mean, it was a really good season for Robbie Ray that year, and he didn't do anything like it before, and nothing since. No way. Come on, Maldonado. Don't be another warning track fly out for him. Ah. I feel like we got to get something with him, right? We keep facing these lefties, and his power is actually pretty good against lefties.
Back at guaranteed rate field. Start of the
The reliever of the year was David Bednar because his ERA was like .37. I can't remember.
hit softly on the ground to third.
See, this is why I don't want to talk about our White Sox March to October, because I can't remember what I have and haven't shown. But again, there's not many of you here, so it's not like it'll be a super spoiler or anything if it's nothing I mentioned. But in ours, Garrett Crochet, he gave up 1 run all year, so his ERA was like .2 or .3 or something. But I think the leader in the American League had like 50-some saves. Crochet had like 30-something. I guess you can infer what I'm talking about if I'm bringing that up in this context.
Fly ball down the line.
I mean, it's not really a spoiler. It's just I could have scrolled over a couple tabs on the Crochet card to show his award history. And actually, the fact that he has that tab on his card to begin with is probably a spoiler. So,
Grounder, that's through for a base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
these players come to the Jays and have legendary years, then leave. Donaldson, Simeon, Robbie Ray.
The swing was good, able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up
George Springer hasn't really been able to do that. Is it because he signed a longer-term deal? He was more than just there for a couple of years. The Jays are a team that I would like to see do good, especially after the team they've had the last couple of years and then just like putting nothing behind them. Like to me, the Jays feel like the White Sox if they actually were able to get back to the playoffs year after year. Like they feel like that kind of team that the Sox were trying to assemble back in the early 2020s, except the Jays didn't quite fall off like the Sox. Weird how Jesse Chavez sucks on every other team but Atlanta. Didn't quite work out for the White Sox, did it? He didn't even make it to the regular season. How's he doing for the Braves? He got like a 180 ERA or something like that. 2 strikeouts per inning. This is going to have to be it for Clevenger. We're going to go back-to-back games, hardly even getting our pitcher through the 4th inning. Brad Keller on the mound tonight against Sonny. You know what? I was looking at that when I was putting together this team for the stream. I was like, is there a White Sox starter who's actually starting today with some inside edge, so maybe I could get a better option? And none of the cards in the inventory, at least that I had, maybe I just don't have that Brad Keller and I forgot about him. But yeah, none of the pitchers had the inside edge boost. So I was like, who is pitching today? And it's Keller. Dude. All right, if we don't get our 3rd out in this at bat, we got to call it with Clevenger. And we're going to get our 3rd out in this at bat. All right, at least he gave us 4. He went 4 innings, gave up 1 run. I guess for a bronze, that's not terrible. The Jays are like if the White Sox had 30 more wins and a very good team. Well, I meant in like the feeling of the team, you know? Like calling up a bunch of their own prospects and just like an exciting young core. You easily have the best defense in the league. Outfield defense is insane. Benintendi? Or is that just going to be another line out? No, it's another line out. Your offense is garbage. Your outfield has like 13 runs above replacement defensively this year already. I would never have thought of the Blue Jays offense being garbage. Like with all those dudes. I mean, hopefully they're not in their 2023 White Sox era where like on paper to start the season it was like, well, I mean, this team should be decent. And then they lost 100 games. 101 to be exact. I'm getting no hit. I just realized that. Probably because I'm making all these decent swings and lining out. I've had, what, like 4 lineouts that I feel like I remember? We're already back on the mound. Unbelievable. Dominic Leone. What does he have for us? Here's a J.
So they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
The pitch. Right through there for his strike.
Braves have like 5 good prospects. I mean, I don't know if any of the guys they sent to the White Sox would be considered, but man, that trade, they gave up 5 players for Aaron Bummer.
Up the middle. Now the throw to first on the run. The leadoff hitter retired in the 5th.
Ever since the Braves stole Alex Anthopoulos from you, you've been trashed. That man was the reason you're so good in 2015-16. I'm assuming he's like GM or something.
The inside edge. 1-0. Strike 1. Bases empty, 1 away, and we're at the top of the 5th.
Yeah, I knew I didn't like that pitch as it was coming in. Don't want to be digging myself into a further hole. I don't know, guys. I don't have as good of a feeling about this game. I'm not hitting. We don't have enough pitching, really. It's going to be a rough one. Yeah, GM, he was the one who brought Tulo and Donaldson. I mean, was the Tulo move really all that good, though? You're a Cards fan, and your offense is terrible, so you might lose, even though Sonny's on the mound. I saw a tweet where the Cardinals were singled out as having less home runs than the White Sox. I didn't know that was possible. I didn't know any team could be hitting less homers than the White Sox. There we go. Double A. Wait, Double A is executive of the year. He's the reason. Oh, okay. I was thinking you meant Double A, like minor leagues, but yeah, you're talking about that guy from earlier. I feel like the Bears GM, Ryan Poles, he might, okay, well, I was gonna say he might be like the one Chicago GM, at least for the teams that I root for. So I guess I'm excluding the White Sox or the Cubs. But he's like the only GM I haven't heard everybody just like hate on. Like everybody always complains about our GMs, probably because we don't get many good ones. But it seems like so far Ryan Poles is pretty well liked, at least. He signs the young talent for dirt cheap early, like Michael Harris. See, everyone praises that for the Braves because it works out. But the White Sox did the same thing. Like, a lot of their prospect dudes, they signed early, exactly like the Braves did. But when it doesn't work out, then it doesn't look like good moves. Everyone's talking now about how bad, like, the Yoan Moncada contract looks. But if he was good, it would look like a good contract. So, I mean, part of it's on the GM for actually making those moves and believing in his guys, but you know, the other part of it is actually on the players to be decent. This is not what I need right now, is somebody who's just going to be working the pitch count. We don't have the pitching for this today, and it's just, I mean, this is about to be the 10th pitch of the at-bat. Theo broke an over 100-year curse. That's why I excluded the Cubs from my analysis there, because I feel like you can't really hate on him. Unbelievable. This is not going well. Oh my gosh. Tanner Banks forgot to warm up another righty, so Tanner Banks is gonna have to do it. What do you got for me, Tanner? Yes, but the Braves had the two front runners for Rookie of the Year, and he made those contracts after the year ended. I guess that is the difference.
Matthews in the box now. No balls and a strike. Stand off of first with 2 away. Just missed.
Should I be, I mean, he has hit some home runs. I was going to say, should I be pitching more to contact? Like, he's being so patient. Maybe I should just leave more pitches in the zone. Okay, I thought Moncada wasn't going to make that play because it didn't immediately have me controlling him. I don't think you are, Mitchell. I just think I'm losing it here. Maybe I'll lock in for this inning. I'll especially ignore the chat real quick. See if I can put something up. See, I'm just still like that. That's a pitch you really should never be missing. That's a pitch you shouldn't be swinging at.
We'll see what kind of adjustment the hitters make this second time through the order. We'll know if he's got really good stuff in this one or not.
Imagine after all this time Colson doesn't pan out. I mean, I'm trying not to get my hopes up, and there again, I'm late on the heat. I don't get how I haven't readjusted to get around on the fastball here. I mean, everybody's having Tommy John now, to be fair. Like, you can't have a pitcher, it seems like, and not expect them to at least miss a year at some point. It's another line out. How many of those have we had here? There's no reason I should be hitless. Like, I'm not playing my best game, but there's no reason I should be hitless right now. Yeah, I mean, there's just another one. I think at this point, if I get a bloop hit, I've built up enough credit that we can feel good about it.
And we're back. All right, we go to the top half of inning number 6. Mitch Garver up to hit here. That pitch clips the outside corner, and that is strike 1. Good eye in that spot. Kicks and deals.
Yeah.
Deep to left center.
Yeah, I don't know about this one. He's just breaking out a home run swing every once in a while.
Massive home.
He takes all my off-speed pitches that are just off the plate, fouls off the rest,
Here comes back.
and then he just every once in a while can put a swing together like that. I mean, it doesn't help that I've used now 2 bronzes and a gold.
And that one pulled down by Jimenez. So up next, Spencer Steer.
With this kind of lead, he can swing freely, try to hit the ball out of the park, do what he loves to do.
Bounce to third.
God.
Finds its way through base hit.
See, that's the kind of hits he doesn't need to be getting. Steele is just now coming back for you. I mean, he didn't even have like your typical pitcher injury, right? It was a hamstring situation
Rounded too much and was able
on that opening day, the whatever it was he fielded.
Takes the strike. On the outside corner, 0-2 now.
No, dude. Okay, you know what? that probably should be a hit. Like, he hit it hard, hit it on a line. But the fact that I've had so many of those that aren't hits, like, come on, man.
ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great.
And now the switch hitting first baseman Josh Bell. Steer, the lead runner out at second. Witt over first, so 1 away. That's
Okay, he got that one off the end of the bat, but he's going to be able to move up.
makes the catch. Runner tags up for third.
I mean, that was actually pretty close. I was not expecting that to be that close. I guess Avi does have a big arm. So does Aparicio. We need calls like that.
Traffic on the bases with 1 already in, and we're the top half of the 6th. Drilled way back there, and that is gone.
That might be the one. That might be the one that's a bit too much to come back for in this one.
Was blasted to the
That was actually just a really good swing.
It's 7-0. Next to hit, Cody Bellinger.
No confidence left for Banks. Guy, I gotta go to a new arm, even though we wouldn't have the matchup. What can Hendricks give me?
One of their more experienced arms in this spot, Liam Hendricks.
Man, if we don't turn things around here, I'm gonna go from being what 14 or 15-0 to getting mercied. That's a big swing.
I think it's tough to get up for this type of appearance the same way you would for one in a close.
You're really excited to see Ricky Tiedemann for you in the future. #1 ranked left-handed pitcher in the entire MLB. I didn't know of him until he was put into MLB The Show. What was it, last year, 2 years ago? I don't know. That's honestly how I learn about most prospects. I'm not always super up to date on the prospects that are coming up through the system around the league. So the fact that they're put in the game kind of is how I keep up with it.
Back here on the south side. Well, we go bottom 6. Jose Abreu up to hit. Lodolo back to work.
Maybe that's why I've only seen 45 pitches, is he's leaving everything in the zone on the edges. Like, I'm trying to be more patient now, and he's just throwing pitches like that. Can't really be patient when he's throwing strikes.
And a count 1-2.
Like, look at that pitch. That's such a good pitch.
One out. Now here is Avisail Garcia. He struck out swinging in his first at bat. That one fouled off. And ball 1. is down low. This one's
Yeah, like this is a prank at this point, man. I'm just getting upset now. I'm just getting disappointed. Like, I'm not even angry. It's just deflating. Like, I do everything right, and it's just how this one's going. For me, though, the jury's still kind of out on that whole number 1 and 2 seed bye thing being a factor. Like, I get both sides of the argument. But I feel like baseball is just the way that the game is played. Once you get to the postseason, everybody's on a level playing field. Doesn't matter if you're the best team in the league or the worst that makes the playoffs. Anything can happen when it's down to a 5-game series.
3 up, 3 down, inning over. We go to the top of the 7th. Giancarlo Stanton at the plate. And a pitch. And first offering is fouled off. And the right-hander deals.
Man, he was all over that. I thought that was actually going to be a good pitch. Oh, no, he wasn't. They're saying he was late. It felt like he timed that up.
And that's down and away. Scored.
He timed that one up. Wow.
That is long gone. That one felt good.
Yeah, that Jays Twins series was it was a shock to me.
Eddie Matthews, the next to hit.
Like, I would have just assumed on paper that the Jays
And first
were going to win that one pretty easily.
left-hand batter waits.
Man, knuckle curve sometimes with this new motion for it kind of trips me up. Oh, he was late.
And that's his first.
I don't know what you're doing being late on that. Maybe he just I guess, you know what, it makes sense now. It's a 91 mile per hour slider. You see slider, you wait back on it.
Into right. Base hit.
I dove a little too late.
Now with one away. Now he'll turn.
I don't know if Eloy's making that play anyway, but he's also not cutting it off, so it would have gotten to the wall one way or another.
Having himself a really nice game at the plate. Loud contact leads to the double. I mean, you could tell it had extra bases written all over it as it jumped off of his stick.
Muncy stands in now, looks at that one inside. On a line out towards center.
I'll take a line out.
Garcia.
Man, he's going after how... Okay, I was going to say. After how close it was last time, I was surprised that he was going to go.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it, but in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a
I still can't believe
Steer. The next
the year the Braves won it was like... It seems like that was, or that should have been their worst year in recent memory. Like, I feel like that has to have been like their worst record of the last couple of years in the regular season. And then that's the year they just go and win it all. I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Once you get to the postseason, it's a much more level playing field.
that ball back up the middle. Timing was just perfect. Got great wood on it, and there's just no
I think, if I remember right, that year the Braves went into the postseason with the worst record amongst postseason teams, like including the wild card teams, and they're the ones that finish on top.
This to third.
It's just baseball.
The 1-2. Stays alive. And here it comes.
It was Jocktober that led you there.
Righty to the plate.
I mean, it was pretty much him, it felt like, single-handedly that eliminated the Brewers, and that was a couple of years ago when I was a little more high on the Brewers than I am today. Like, I was still kind of holding out as more of a Brewers fan. So, man, I was kind of upset. Because I thought, I was like, oh, the Brewers get to play the Braves in the first round. That's a pretty good matchup for them. Turns out it wasn't. I guess I'll just keep hitting the ball hard and keep hitting it right to him. This guy is going to throw the luckiest no-hitter that has ever been thrown on this game. You're just happy the Astros aren't good this year? You're so tired of seeing the Astros and Rays in the World Series. Man. I'm tired of the Astros. The Rays, though, I don't know if I get that same feeling from them. Exactly, no, Toxic, that's what I was feeling. The Brewers get to play the Braves. I was like, oh, this is a team that's not at their best right now, and the Brewers should be able to handle them. I don't think Moncada has the magic in his bat for that one. Oh, it did. It got down. We got a hit today. Just out of his reach. Finally. I'm staying at third. Probably trying to bait me there. That's probably not even among my top 5 swings I've made in this game, and that one's the triple. No way he takes out his starter after that. With a 9-0 lead after one good swing, or one result, I guess I should say. The no-no is over. I don't even know if it's Nick Lodolo being good. I'm making plenty of good swings. They're just, I mean, that one wasn't one of them, but they're just not ending up as anything. I forgot I had 2 outs. I thought that was a run on the board. That's true. The Rays are in your division. That would make a difference. Did I even... Yeah, I did get Joe Kelly warming up.
Joe Kelly taking over on the mound.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard.
Just need to find a way to get through this game. I highly doubt that I'm going to be making a 9-run comeback, but I just don't want to be mercied. There we go. Good break on that one. Used to be fine with the Marlins, but now you don't like them. I mean, I get that's also a team in your division, but what have the Marlins... Well, I was going to say what have the Marlins done to make you not like them, but I guess that is the team that just kept plunking Acuna over and over, right? So I guess that would turn a fan base against them. That makes sense.
Takes the turn. He's digging for second. Not in time. It's a double.
2 hits for him in this one, both for extra bases. Got to feel good about that. A well-deserved double on a great swing. Got everything going on time. He stayed balanced and he squared it up about as well as you could possibly ask.
Yeah, that's... I remembered that in the middle of what I was talking about. Only team you like in your division is the Orioles. I mean, they were good around the time the Jays were good, right? Back in the mid-2010s? Was it only... Maybe it was only for the 1 year, though. I don't know. I guess it's fair, though, because I don't really like any of the teams in the Sox division. Like, I don't think of any of them favorably. Oh, that's going to put them in mercy territory. Got to score in this next inning to keep the game going.
It's a double. Third hit of the night for him.
Well done. Drives in the run. Put a great swing on that ball. Took the barrel right to it. Nice extension as well. 105.
I think this game might just be us finding our limits with the White Sox theme team. Like, I know the boost turns these guys into pretty solid cards, but at the end of the day, it's still a White Sox theme team. Alright, well, at least we keep it at 10. Gotta do what I can to score 1. Can't let this game end early. You don't know why, but the Mets are such a forgettable team. I mean, they're New York's White Sox, really. They're the second team in that city.
And first offering is fouled off. The shortstop takes the ball.
I kind of find it funny because I always would think of the Jets as like the second football team in New York. So, well, New York City. But, man, that's a bad swing. I find it funny how all of New York's, like, secondary teams, you got the Mets, the Jets, and the Nets. We probably shouldn't have another theme team stream for like 2 weeks. Well, hopefully, whenever it is the next time we get a White Sox card, will be when we fire up another theme team stream. I kind of want to make that the norm for this, is when we get a new card, I debut them live. I mean, part of what hurt us this game, besides just getting screwed over by the hitting, was the fact that I didn't really have any pitching. Like, we started Clevenger, and we had 3 relievers. 3 relievers with any energy, so. And 2 of them weren't diamonds. When's the Red Faber stream? How about Home Run Baker? Need a Home Run Baker stream. We're not dead yet. 1 more hit today. Gotta hold him up at first, though. That's true. That's true. He did not play for the White Sox. Doesn't mean we can't have a Home Run Baker debut stream when they put him in the game, because I'm sure they will, right? Oh, I thought I went down the line again.
2 outs. Pitches in the dirt. Now 1-2.
I didn't want to swing. It was supposed to be a check swing. That's a fun way to end it. Yeah. Guess it wasn't the right decision to play 1 more. I mean, you know it's a bad sign for a game when you're going to do what I'm about to do when you go into the batter analysis. But I need to see how many good timing swings I made in that game. Yeah, look at this. 1 for 12 on good timing swings. So I even want to see what the PCI ratings were. Oh my god, look at all those. Look at all those 13s. We have a 15 in there too, some 12s. Look at him. I had more good timing swings than he did, and he's what, 6 for 11? I'm 1 for 13. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that that makes up the 10 runs for me, but at least I don't have to be embarrassed by the mercy rule before the actual game's over. I also just realized what his name was. This whole time, didn't even pay attention to that. Well, I guess that about does it. We had a couple good games. We got 3 wins in a row to start, and then we just ran into a buzzsaw there. Combo of him being decent at the game and the game just not helping me out whatsoever, and being stuck with our bad pitchers all at once. So, but yeah, I think that's gonna do it for our first White Sox theme team stream. Thank you guys for coming out. It was a little slow at the start, but now that I know that maybe some people weren't getting the notifications, I guess that's probably why. So, I don't really know how to fix that. I guess the only thing I can do is do a better job of scheduling my streams a little further in advance, and maybe you guys will see it a bit sooner. I'll still try and make a community post when I'm going live, but I again don't really know how much reach those have. So yeah, I guess hopefully you get notified when I go live, but I'm looking to do it a lot more often. Don't know when the next one will be. I haven't planned that far into the future. But yeah, it's going to be happening. I'm ready to stream more and more consistently here. So again, thank you guys for coming out today. Hopefully next time it'll go better than that last game. But yeah, I guess that's all I have to say. So I will see you guys next time.